Hi, this is Marty once again and welcome to my channel. Hello mga kababayan! Welcome back to At Home with Marty, where we dive deep into the coolest stories from history and culture. Today, we're traveling back in time to explore the incredible world of pre-Hispanic Philippines, a time when our ancestors thrived with amazing warrior cultures, dazzling gold treasures, powerful women leaders, and a rich tradition that will blow your mind. If you thought Filipino history started with the Spaniards, think again. So stick around because what you're about to learn might just change the way you see our heritage forever. So, let's get started. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. At para updated kayo sa mga susunod kong videos, please click the bell notification below. At sana po, don't skip the ads and please watch until the end of my video. Number 1. The Barangay System. Before Spanish colonization, the Philippines was composed of small independent communities called barangays. The term comes from balangay, the wooden boats used by early Austronesian settlers who arrived in the archipelago around 3,000 years ago. These settlers would travel in groups, and each group that settled in a coastal or riverside area formed its own barangay. A typical barangay had 30 to 100 families and functioned as a self-governing unit, and its head was the dato, who served as the leader, judge, and military commander. The dato's authority was based on heredity, personal achievements, wealth, or the support of the people. His main duties included maintaining peace, resolving conflicts, defending the barangay, and leading in times of war. Community members were expected to show loyalty to the dato, especially in times of conflict or communal labor. Although barangays were independent, they sometimes formed alliances with neighboring barangays for trade or protection. This decentralized and community-based governance structure shaped early Filipino society long before the arrival of the Spaniards in the 1500s. Number 2. The Baybayin writing system. Before Spanish colonization, early Filipinos used a native script called Baybayin, which means to write or to spell. It was a syllabic system where each symbol stood for a consonant-vowel pair. Marks called kudlit were used to change the vowel sound to a character. Baybayin was common in Luzon and Visayas and was used for writing poetry, messages, and personal records. It was often written on bamboo or leaves, which easily decayed, leaving few surviving samples. Spanish chroniclers noted that many Filipinos were already literate in Baybayin before formal schools existed. However, the script declined under Spanish rule as the Latin alphabet was introduced and native writing discouraged. Today, Baybayin is seen as a symbol of Filipino heritage with efforts to revive and preserve it as part of the country's cultural identity. Number 3. Rich trade networks. Long before the Spanish arrived, the Philippines was part of a vibrant trade network that connected it with China, India, Arabia, Japan, and Southeast Asia. Early Filipinos traded both local and foreign goods, making coastal communities active hubs of commerce. Archaeological finds like Chinese porcelain, Indian beads, and Arab coins show the extent of these exchanges. Filipinos traded gold, pearls, beeswax, and textiles in return for luxury items such as silk, glassware, and spices. Indian and Arab traders also brought cultural influences, including Hindu-Buddhist ideas and Islam, especially in Mindanao and Sulu. The Philippines' location made it a key stop for trading ships, and local leaders like datos and rajas helped manage trade and form alliances. By the 16th century, the archipelago was already thriving economically, showing the early Filipinos advanced maritime skills and openness to global connections. Number 4. Baybayin and women leaders. In pre-colonial Philippines, women held important roles in society, especially as baybayans, spiritual leaders, healers, and community guides. Baybayans were often women but could also be feminized men respected for their deep connection to the spirit world. They led rituals, healed the sick with herbs and chants, interpreted signs, and communicated with deities and ancestors. Their spiritual role gave them high status and influence within their communities. Women in general enjoyed rights uncommon in other societies at the time. They could own property, trade, divorce, and even lead as datos. Gender rules were flexible, and leadership was based on ability and respect, not just gender. When the Spanish colonizers arrived, they suppressed baybayans and imposed patriarchal norms through religion and law. Despite this, the baybayin remains a lasting symbol of indigenous strength, spiritual power, and women's leadership in Philippine history. Number 5. The Laguna Copper Plate Inscription, 900 AD. The Laguna Copper Plate Inscription, dated to 900 AD, is the oldest known written document in the Philippines. Discovered in Laguna in 1989, it records the clearing of a depth, showing that early Filipinos already had a legal system, social structure, and written language centuries before Spanish colonization. Written in Kawi script and using a mix of Old Malay, Sanskrit, Old Javanese, and Early Tagalog, the Laguna Copper Plate Inscription reflects strong cultural and trade ties with neighboring regions like Java and Srivijaya Empire. It mentions places such as Tondo and Paila, and titles that point to a stratified, organized society. The Laguna Copper Plate Inscription proves that pre-colonial Filipinos were literate, lawful, and globally connected. Far from being isolated, they were active participants in Southeast Asia's political and economic networks. Today, the Laguna Copper Plate Inscription stands as a national treasure, highlighting the rich and advanced heritage of early Philippine civilization. Number 6. Indigenous beliefs and Anito worship. Before foreign religions arrived, early Filipinos practiced animism, believing that spirits called Anito live in nature, ancestors, and objects. These spirits were thought to influence health, luck, and daily life, so maintaining harmony with them was essential. Rituals and offerings were performed to honor the Anito, often led by babaylans or shamans who serve as spiritual guides. Many homes had small altars with carved figures of the Anito where families offered food or gifts to seek protection and guidance. This belief system reflected deep respect for nature and the interconnectedness of life. Though later suppressed by colonizers, elements of Anito worship still exist today in folk traditions, preserving a core part of the Philippines' indigenous spiritual heritage. Number 7. Warrior Culture and the Code of Kalanchaw. Pre-colonial Filipino societies had a strong warrior tradition, with figures like the Bagani and Pintados earning honor through bravery in battle. Found in regions like Mindoro and Visayas and Mindanao, these warriors defended their communities and upheld values of courage, loyalty, and leadership. Some even practiced headhunting, believed to bring spiritual and social power. Warriors often sought blessings from spiritual leaders before battle, and their deeds were celebrated in epic songs and stories. This culture emphasized both martial skill and moral duty to the community. Although the Code of Kalanchaw, once thought to be a pre-colonial legal code, was later proven to be a hoax, its popularity reflects the beliefs that early Filipinos had their own system of justice. Real indigenous laws, passed down orally and enforced by datos or elders, shows that order, fairness, and community values were central to early Filipino life. Number 8. Well-structured laws and customs. Before Spanish colonization, Filipino communities followed customary laws called batas, ugali, or adat, passed down orally through generations. These laws govern daily life, including property rights, marriage, inheritance, and conflict resolution. Disputes were settled by council of elders or the dato, who acted as judges. The focus was on restoring peace rather than punishment. Offenders often paid fines in gold, livestock, or goods, while serious crimes could lead to exile. These laws reflected values like respect, fairness, and community harmony. Though unwritten, they formed a structural legal system, proving that early Filipinos had organized just societies long before colonization. Number 9. Rich oral literature and epics. Before the use of writing, early Filipinos preserved their history and values through a rich oral tradition. Central to these were epic poems, long heroic tales passed down through generations. These epics celebrated bravery, love, honor, and the deeds of gods and ancestors. Famous examples include the Hudhud of the Ifugao, the Darangin of the Maranao, and the Hinilaod from Panay, performed through chanting and sometimes dance. These stories could last for hours or even days, serving as both entertainment and education. More than just legends, these epics reflect the beliefs, values, and identity of pre-colonial Filipino societies. Today, they are preserved as vital cultural treasures, keeping the spirit of the past alive. And number 10, sophisticated clothing and gold work. In pre-colonial Philippines, clothing was a key way to show culture and social status. People made colorful woven fabrics with unique patterns worn daily or during special ceremonies. The elite wore exquisite gold jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and crowns crafted by skilled Filipino artisans. The Philippines became famous in Southeast Asia for its fine gold work. Famous treasures like those from Butuan and Surigao reveal advanced metal artistry and the cultural importance of gold. These adornments symbolize wealth, rank, and played roles in rituals, reflecting a society that prized beauty and craftsmanship long before colonization. Hello again mga kababayan! Which of these untold stories surprised you the most? Or do you know another ancient fact about pre-Hispanic Philippines that more people should hear about? Let me know in the comments below. Daghang salamat! Thank you very much for watching. And according to a famous quote, you're only here for a short visit. Don't hurry, don't worry, and be sure to smell the flowers along the way. Special thanks to my source from Google, photo credits to and inspirational quote credits to quotef.com.